This is the My Campaign Coach podcast, where we talk about how to win elections. Every week, we let you hear straight from the best consultants, operatives, and candidates in the game, all for one reason, to help you win. For more information about how we can help you win, visit mycampaigncoach.com. Now, here's your host, Raz Schaefer.
Hey guys, this is Raz, and today I'm recording us on Christmas Eve. I'm down here at my parents' ranch in Stephenville, Texas, and it's a very cold day, but we got a great fire. We've been having a lot of fun with the family singing. Sadly enough, most of my family appears to be sick, so we missed out on church today, but we had a fun song service here and doing some Advent study, and it's really a great Christmas Eve in spite of the fact that so many folks are sick. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a look behind the curtain at My Campaign Coach this last year as you look back and looking forward into what it's going to be next year and kind of my vision for it. Because it's a huge relationship that I want to build with you guys, and we really want to provide a lot of value to the conservative world at large. My goal with this is I want to help train and activate more conservative candidates because we got tens of thousands of offices up for election every single cycle. But too often we don't have good, qualified, rock-ribbed conservatives that are willing to step up and take that shot. And it's understandable because it's really tough. It doesn't take many people to look through the news and find examples of folks who are being crucified, metaphorically, when it comes to run for office. Good people who step out there and as a result of putting their name on the ballot really are at the brunt of a lot of awful attacks. So what we want to do at My Campaign Coach is help to make that easier, help people understand more how to run campaigns and do a good job so they can win when they step out there. And you guys are a huge part of us being able to do that because without an audience, it doesn't make much sense to do a podcast. So I kind of want to go over what we've done the last year and kind of what I'm looking forward to. Basically, over the last, it's a little bit over a year now, we've been doing the podcast. I launched the podcast, had some guys in my mastermind group who were really encouraging me to do this, and I couldn't find a regular podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that focused on not just current events politics, but on campaign politics, how to run for office. And so we started the podcast. I think the first month we have like 180 downloads, and over the last several months, we've averaged about 4,000 a month, which is really awesome, over 30,000 total, and puts us in the top, I think, 30% of podcasts on iTunes, and that's really exciting to me. And the best thing about it is it's not me that's responsible for it, because most of these are not just my advice. It's me pulling in people that know what they're talking about and that are rock stars in their own field, whether they're candidates who have won or they're individuals who are really skilled at helping elect people or grassroots activists that have been instrumental in electing good conservatives. And so we're going to keep doing that. I may be switching up the content a little bit. I'm probably going to be starting like a 1-minute podcast. It'll be in a separate channel, which I hope you guys will subscribe to. That'll probably be going up in middle of January or early February. In this podcast, I'm going to be working to try to get as many interviews as possible. So I've talked in the past about alternating between interviews and the more just monologue format, and I really want to keep the focus on interviews. Part of that is simply just a workload thing on my side, trying to get better about scheduling and making time for those so that I can get them scheduled and edited. Honestly, it's pretty tough because each podcast that I do that's an interview probably takes me about 3 hours total to my time to get done, and then I have an assistant who does at least an hour on them. So it takes quite a while to get them up there as far as interview and editing and getting all the show notes written and everything, but it's something I really enjoy doing. So we'll be trying to get more of those out. January is likely to be kind of a slow month because I'm going to be having some new job responsibilities come my way. That I'm going to be traveling a fair amount and getting some new things going there, and so I will have a little bit less time. Hopefully I'll be able to get some in the chamber and ready to go. One thing you guys can also be praying for us on is that my virtual assistant, Kay, I've been working with her for the last about 6 months, and she's fantastic, but has been dealing with some health issues, and she lives in the Philippines, and they've had some massive typhoons over the last few weeks, and I honestly haven't heard from her in about a week or so, and I'm kind of worried about her. That is concerning for her health and what's going on there in the Philippines, but also just the side effect on our end is that I haven't been able to get as much stuff out because I rely pretty heavily on her. And she's not been well. So please keep them in prayer, especially during this holiday season. We're hoping to have her back with us very, very soon and rock and roll because she really helps keep me on track. I would, honestly, the biggest thing that I would love to see come out of the podcast next year is a little bit more interaction. I would love to hear from some of you guys because I come up with the ideas as far as what I want to do on the podcast, who I want to interview, what I want to talk about with some input from friends and Facebook, and I want to make sure that I'm providing what you guys need, and you guys are the ones running campaigns right now and asking yourselves questions. And so I would really love to cultivate a little bit more of an interaction. And so I don't know if that's creating a Facebook group or something like that where we can have more interaction there. It's less about the page, or if that's email with you guys. People subscribing to our email list, interacting. I really don't know what that is, but I would love to facilitate that. If you guys got some things you're interested in, give me a shout, raz@mycampaigncoach.com, and we'll definitely get to work on that. My hope is that through the next year that we're going to be able to see some growth in our downloads. We'll be able to see regular content. We've had some missed episodes like this month with Kay being out and me being swamped, but we'll be getting back on track with that. And hopefully be able to provide some really good information. We've been opening up the number of people that are bringing on the podcast as far as who we're inviting on, and trying to spread a little bit further just from my friends and my friend base and folks here in Texas. That's been a lot of where we brought people in. But I want to bring in people that I don't know. And so we've got a number of people that are going to be coming on that I've been connected with through either former guests or through just reading their stuff online and reaching out. So I'm pretty excited about that because I'll be able to grow my network as well and be able to meet some really interesting people that have a great reputation in this world. In January, we'll be having Drew Ryan back on. That was one of our first guests. He was actually episode number 1. He'll be coming on to talk with us. We'll be having Willis Jones, who is an Oppo researcher out of Missouri, who's really good at what he does, and we'll be just cranking forward. So I'm pretty excited about it. The 1 minute podcast is going to be pretty cool because it's going to be just very digestible. It'll be daily. It'll come out every weekday, and we'll be having just about a minute long, 60 to 90 seconds, just me riffing on a campaign tip. It'll be something that's just bite-sized, and you can crank through those. We'll also be delivering that on Alexa, the Amazon Echo and Tap and those kind of things. So that'll be kind of neat because there's not a whole lot of content out there, especially campaign and political related, that's on Alexa. So that'll be neat. And just trying to innovate a little bit. So I would love to hear from you guys as far as what you're thinking, what the biggest campaign problems you're facing are, and just how we can help. That's my goal with My Campaign Coach. We may also be opening up some advertising opportunities. So if you know of anybody that wants to advertise with us, we'd love to hear from them and get to start that conversation. And we're also going to be working on developing some new courses. We've got our advanced candidate course, which we just dropped the price on to make it very nice, easy Christmas present for candidates you know and love. So you can go to learn.mycampaigncoach.com to find out about that. Guys, it's this time of year that I just feel incredibly grateful for so many blessings. I've got a great family. I got a 2.5-month-old little man that's just got brought into our lives, and a beautiful wife that I love more than anything. We're really blessed. As Americans, we have a country that, in spite of its faults, whether they're from the leaders or from the individuals, whether it's from hate or from just ambivalence, whether it's political or personal, from lack of action from the church or too much action from politicians, there's still so much to be grateful for. And I've been uniquely blessed. And this year, in spite of plenty of difficulties, I just keep being reminded how much God has done to preserve my family and I and protect us and give us the money we need and the times we need it. And I'm just really blessed. And so I hope that y'all are getting to spend some time with your families, getting to be thankful for the opportunities that are in front of you and the blessings that are behind us. It's pretty fun sitting here with my largely sick family and still being able to rejoice in so much. And so I hope you guys are having similar opportunities this holiday season. For now, that's about all I got. I just wanted to give you guys a quick word here over the holidays. We'll be coming back with a vengeance in January, hopefully getting quite a bit of content up for y'all. In the meantime, Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve and great week and New Year's and all that. And we'll be back to talk to you guys with Willis Jones coming up first thing in January. So God bless you guys, and Merry Christmas.
Please subscribe and rate us on iTunes to help spread the word. We'll be back with you next week with more campaign insights from My Campaign Coach.